Real healing doesn't always arrive with a parade. It often happens in the quiet moments when you realize an old trigger just lost its power over you. Let's explore the invisible victories you're winning right now. The heaviest burdens are often shed in silence, through shifts so subtle you might miss them if you're not paying attention. But they're happening. Healing shows up in the spaces between your heartbeats, in moments of stillness you never thought you'd feel again. It shows up when you pause and notice that something has fundamentally changed, not in a dramatic way, but in a way that feels undeniably true. So how do you know you're actually healing? Here are 7 signs you've been healing all along, without even realizing it. Sign 1, the nervous system reset. You start noticing something profound, the sudden absence of a racing pulse when stress appears. Where your body used to respond with panic, you now feel grounded. You're breathing deeply and slowly, even in moments that used to trigger anxiety. That familiar tightness in your chest, it's gone. The hypervigilance, the constant scanning for danger, softly, it's been replaced with something quieter, baseline calm. Minor inconveniences that used to send you spiraling now barely register. You process them, you move on, you stay grounded. Your nervous system has learned to trust safety again. It's no longer stuck in survival mode. That's healing.
Sign 2, the shift in social dynamics. Healing isn't just about what happens inside your body. It's about who you let into your space and how you show up in your relationships. You've changed who you surround yourself with. The people who used to take up so much mental and emotional real estate, they're either gone or significantly less present. You can walk away from what's draining you without needing to explain, defend, or justify your peace. Your boundaries need no permission. You don't need anyone to agree with your decision to protect yourself. You've stopped seeking validation from people who once drained you. Their silence doesn't hurt anymore because you're not waiting for their approval. You're not checking your phone obsessively, hoping they'll text. You're not replaying conversations, wondering if you said the wrong thing. Your inner circle has shifted completely. You're no longer surrounding yourself with people out of obligation or fear of loneliness. You're choosing presence over obligation, quality over quantity. Sign 3, rewriting your internal narrative. How you talk to yourself has completely changed. When you make a mistake, that harsh inner voice, it's quieter now. Maybe it's not even there. You've caught yourself replacing self-criticism with genuine compassion. When you stumble, you pick yourself up without the shame. Your past no longer defines you. You're no longer viewing your history through the lens of victimhood, but as a series of experiences that shaped you. You've moved from ruminating on what if to focusing on the reality of what is. You're present now, grounded in the now, instead of trapped in regret. Sign 4, emotional agility and release. You can feel emotions without being consumed by them. Sadness can move through you without you needing to numb it, distract from it, or apologize for it. You're learning to sit with your feelings. You notice emotions are shorter now. They peak, they move, they release. You're not stuck in emotional loops anymore. There's a subtle joy appearing in moments that used to be completely overshadowed by old grief. Healing looks like making space for all of your emotions without letting any of them define your whole day. That's freedom. Sign 5, the integration of your new identity. You're no longer defined by what happened to you. The trauma, the loss, the pain, it's still part of your story. But it's no longer the only chapter you're reading. You're starting to see yourself as something larger, more multifaceted, more complex than just someone who was hurt. You're emerging from survival mode. And for the first time in a long time, you're able to dream again. You're interested in building something, creating something, becoming something, not running from something. That shift is everything. Sign 6, you trust your intuition again. Your gut instinct is no longer buried under fear and self-doubt. When you sense that something isn't right, you trust yourself to act on it. When you sense something good, you're not waiting for permission to step toward it. You're making choices from a place of clarity instead of panic. Your decisions feel aligned, felt, true. You're no longer second-guessing yourself constantly. There's a quiet confidence underneath your choices now. You've learned to listen to the whispers of your own knowing instead of the loud noise of your fear. And the final sign? Sign 7. You realize the heaviest burdens have already been shed. And most of the work happened in silence. Nobody threw a party for you. Nobody noticed the exact moment your nervous system reset. But you know. You know because you feel it in your body. You feel it in the way you move through your days with less weight, less urgency, less fear. You feel it in the clarity of your thinking, the peace of your presence, the authenticity of your choices. Healing whispers. It doesn't shout. But once you know what to listen for, you can feel it everywhere.
You're no longer waiting for external validation or permission to move forward. You are moving forward. You're building a life that feels true to you, not a life that feels safe to others. That's the ultimate sign of healing. You've learned that your peace is not selfish. Your boundaries are not cruel. Your needs are not too much. You're stepping into a version of yourself that's stronger because of what you've survived, not in spite of it. The work was quiet. The transformation was invisible. But the result is undeniable. You are healing. So if you haven't noticed these signs yet, keep going. Your nervous system is quietly learning to feel safe again. Your relationships are being rewritten with boundaries and self-respect. Your inner voice is becoming kinder. The heaviest weight you've been carrying is being released. Not all at once, but gradually, gently, in the quiet moments when nobody's watching. You are healing. You are becoming whole. And the most beautiful part? You're doing it on your own timeline, in your own way, in silence. Real healing doesn't need an audience. It just needs you to notice it. And once you do, you can't unsee how far you've already come.